There are mornings when you wake with an ache you cannot name, when life's path feels hidden under a heavy fog, and each step forward seems to lead only deeper into confusion. Moments when what you loved slips away, when plans crumble like old stone walls, leaving you standing amid the ruins of what you once called certainty. But have you ever paused, truly paused, to wonder if these silent heartbreaks carry a deeper truth? That perhaps each loss, mistake, and unexpected turn is not chaos at all, but part of an unseen tapestry, threads woven by a wisdom far greater than your eyes can perceive. Buddhism teaches that nothing is random. Every falling leaf, every fleeting smile, every heartbreak holds a lesson. Life's silent intelligence guides you, even through pain, toward awakening. Every experience, whether gentle or harsh, shapes you into the being you are meant to become. In this journey today, we will explore how to trust this quiet intelligence, how to let go of resistance, and how to walk through life's trials with a calm and open heart. Stay with me until the end, because if you've ever found yourself whispering in the dark, "Why is this happening to me?" what you uncover here may forever change the way you walk your path. Lesson 1. The secret purpose, hidden within pain. Pain speaks in a language deeper than words, a silent echo that reaches into the very marrow of our lives. It comes to all beings, regardless of who they are or what they believe. Loss visits like an unexpected guest. Failure burns like bitter wind. Disappointment shadows us. Betrayal slices through trust. Yet within this tapestry of ache lies a question so few dare to ask. What is pain trying to teach me? Buddhism never paints pain as punishment. It is not karma's revenge, nor is it some cruel twist of fate spun by the universe. Pain is a stern but compassionate teacher, one who strips away illusions to reveal the hidden truths within us. Think of a seed resting in the darkness of the soil. If it never breaks open, it will remain just that, a seed, unfulfilled in its purpose. It is only through its cracking, its splitting apart, that it becomes a tree reaching for the sky. Just so, a caterpillar must surrender its old form completely, dissolving into formlessness before emerging as a butterfly. In the same way, our own growth often demands the cracking open of who we once thought we were. But when pain arrives at our doorstep, our first reaction is resistance. We plead with life to restore what was lost, to reverse what hurts, to erase the sharp sting from our hearts. Yet in that very resistance, we risk rejecting the transformation that pain brings. It is like refusing to let a seed crack open, or a butterfly emerge, and in doing so, we remain trapped within shells that no longer fit. The Buddha taught, suffering is inevitable, but unnecessary suffering is optional. Pain is part of life's natural flow, but when we cling to it, when we weave stories around it, when we let it define who we are, it becomes a prison of our own making. Freedom lies in how we respond. There is a quiet story shared among monks. A young seeker, burdened by sorrow, came to his master with tears in his eyes. "Why does life treat me so harshly?" he asked. "Why do I carry so much pain while others seem happy?" The master asked him to bring a handful of salt. When he returned, the master told him to dissolve it in a small glass of water and drink. The boy sipped it and immediately spat it out. "It is too bitter," he said. Then the master led him to a vast, still lake. "Now, throw the same handful of salt into this lake," he instructed. The boy obeyed. "Drink from the lake," the master said. As the cool water touched his lips, the boy smiled. "It tastes pure and refreshing." The master looked at him and said, "The pain is the salt. Its bitterness remains unchanged. What changes is where you place it. Become like the lake, and the pain will lose its power to embitter you." Pain contracts us when we shrink into ourselves, holding tightly to suffering until it fills our entire being. But when we expand our awareness, when we become the vast lake rather than the small glass, pain dissolves within the spaciousness of our true nature. Imagine if every heartbreak was not here to shatter you, but to soften the hardness of your ego? What if each failure was not a curse, but a redirection toward your soul's deepest calling? What if every loss was life's way of reminding you that nothing truly belongs to you, and in this truth lies your greatest freedom? Buddhism invites us to shift from asking, "Why is this happening to me?" to "What is this revealing within me?" Think of Kisa Gotami, who wept inconsolably over her son's death. The Buddha told her to bring him a mustard seed from a home untouched by death, and only then would her son return. She searched endlessly, but every home carried its own sorrow. In her search, she awakened to the truth of impermanence, that death is not a punishment, but a part of life's unchanging nature. Perhaps losing a job is not the end, but the beginning of work that fills you with purpose. The end of a relationship may awaken a love for yourself you never knew you needed. Even illness can become a teacher, revealing the fragile beauty of each breath, each sunrise, each quiet moment once taken for granted. Pain is not an enemy to be fought or a shadow to be feared. It is the sculptor's chisel, carving away what is false so that your truest self can stand revealed. When we embrace its teachings, pain becomes a temple rather than a prison, a sacred place where illusions are shattered and wisdom is born. So when the next storm arrives, do not simply beg for calm. Instead, sit in its winds and ask, "What is this storm teaching me about myself?" Because every pain is a doorway, and each doorway leads you closer to the awakening that has always awaited you within. Lesson 2. Chaos. The silent sculptor of awakening comfort is a gentle whisper, lulling us into stillness. It wraps itself around our lives like a warm blanket on a winter night, giving the illusion of safety and permanence. And though it feels peaceful, comfort often carries a hidden cost. It anchors us to what is known and keeps us from exploring the vastness of who we truly are. Buddhism teaches that chaos is not the enemy we believe it to be. It is life's silent sculptor, chiseling away at what no longer serves us, carving paths to reveal the beauty of our deeper nature. Reflect for a moment on your life's turning points. Did your greatest growth ever arise from times of ease and predictability? Rarely. True transformation often begins with disruption. It comes in the form of heartbreak that shatters illusions, illness that awakens humility, failure that humbles pride, or sudden loss that exposes the fragile nature of all things. These moments feel like endings, yet they are secret beginnings. Without chaos, transformation remains a distant dream. Only when life dismantles our illusions and removes what we cling to does our awakening become real. Crisis becomes the sculptor's chisel, shaping our character with each sharp strike, revealing strengths we never imagined we possessed. Picture a seed lying upon the forest floor. If it remains in the light, exposed and undisturbed, it will never sprout. For life to emerge, the seed must be buried in darkness, pressed under soil, cracked open from within. Its first act of living is an act of struggle, pushing against the weight of earth to reach the light above. Without this pressure, it remains forever a dormant possibility. We, too, are seeds of consciousness. Without descending into uncertainty, without being pressed beyond the confines of comfort, our deeper potential remains hidden. There is an old Buddhist story that illuminates this truth. A young disciple once asked his master, "Why must life contain so much struggle? Why is ease so fleeting?" In silence, the master led him into the forest. They came upon a butterfly, trembling inside its cocoon, wings fighting to break free. Moved by compassion, the disciple gently tore open the cocoon to help it emerge. But as the butterfly slipped out, its wings were crumpled and weak. It could not fly. It fell helplessly to the ground. The master spoke softly. "Do you see? The struggle to escape the cocoon is what strengthens its wings. Without that effort, it will never soar into the sky." Chaos plays the same role in our lives. It tests the boundaries we have built around ourselves, asking us to find courage amidst fear. clarity within confusion, and faith within uncertainty. Each upheaval, though painful, breaks open hidden chambers of wisdom within us. Look back upon your life. Was it not heartbreak that taught you the true depth of love? Was it not failure that uncovered your hidden resilience? Was it not loss that showed you what truly matters? Buddhism does not teach us to seek chaos, nor to romanticize suffering. It simply invites us to see chaos as an opportunity to dissolve illusions, to awaken from the dream of who we think we are, and step into the truth of who we can become. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" logically try asking, "What transformation is being born through this chaos?" Such a shift turns crisis into a portal, misfortune into a teacher, and chaos into a silent blessing. Chaos is not here to curse your life. It is life's way of rearranging the pieces of your reality so that you may stand in deeper alignment with your truest self. It shakes apart what is false to reveal what is real. Like the butterfly, you must struggle to gain your wings. It is within resistance that strength is born. When we stop resisting chaos and instead surrender to its teachings, we awaken to an inner power that defies explanation. We realize that life was never meant to remain predictable. Life is a river of change, a dance of growth, a current of awakening. Within each storm, there lies a silent blessing, the gift of becoming. If you trust this unseen intelligence, if you surrender to its sculpting touch, you will find that after every storm, a new version of yourself rises, stronger, wiser, and ready to soar upon wings you never knew you had. Lesson 3. Dharma, flowing with life's hidden wisdom. There are moments when life unravels before us. Plans dissolve, relationships end, opportunities vanish like morning mist. In these times, it feels as if the ground has fallen away, leaving us suspended in confusion. We wonder, where did I go wrong? Why is everything falling apart? But Buddhism offers a truth deeper than our questions, a wisdom that restores calm when the world feels unstable. It teaches that beneath every seeming chaos lies an invisible order, an intelligence so vast it guides the blossoming of flowers and the dance of galaxies. This silent harmony is Dharma. Dharma is not merely a spiritual law. It is the deep rhythm of existence itself. It is the unseen order that ensures seasons change at their appointed time. Rivers carve paths without maps, and flowers bloom neither too early nor too late. Within nature, everything moves in effortless precision. Trees do not force their growth. The moon does not struggle to wax and wane, and ocean waves rise and fall without resistance. Only we, with restless minds, fight this flow, demanding certainty, clinging to expectations, suffering when life moves in its own perfect way. There is an old story of a man caught in a fierce ocean storm. As the waves towered above him, he fought and thrashed to keep his head above water. The harder he struggled, the deeper he sank. Exhausted, he finally surrendered, allowing the water to hold him. In that moment of letting go, the current carried him gently back to shore. This is Dharma at work. When we surrender resistance, life's silent intelligence carries us to where we are meant to be. Surrender does not mean passivity. Dharma asks us to act with awareness and integrity, while trusting that each experience has a purpose woven into its unfolding. Often, suffering arrives when we drift away from our true path. Life whispers at first, and if we ignore it, it shouts through obstacles that realign us with who we are meant to become. A painful ending, a sudden rejection, an unexpected failure, these are not punishments. They are silent redirections, guiding us back to harmony. Buddhism teaches that when something leaves your life, it no longer serves your growth. When a door closes, another is preparing to open. When plans are delayed, the timing is not yet ripe. Nothing is wasted within Dharma's design. There is another story of a king who asked his wise advisor why life was so unpredictable. One said it was luck, another blamed fate, the third advisor took him to a river, and asked him to stop its flow with his hands. The king tried, but the water simply moved around him. The advisor said, "Life is like this river. You may try to control it, but it will always flow as it must. The only choice is to move with it." Our suffering often comes from the illusion that life must obey our plans. We create detailed scripts and believe that if we perform perfectly, life will follow our directions. But life flows by its own rhythm, untouched by our demands. The tighter we grip, the more suffering we feel. Letting go of control is not giving up. It is moving into effortless action, what Buddhism calls wu wei, acting with purpose but without force, flowing rather than pushing, moving in harmony with the way of things. Think of the bamboo tree. In strong winds, it bends without breaking. Its strength lies in its surrender. It yields to life's forces, yet remains rooted and whole. This is the power of non-resistance. When we trust Dharma, we see that everything unfolds precisely as it should. What seems like a delay today may be life preparing you for something greater. What feels like loss may later reveal itself as a blessing in disguise. That painful breakup might awaken a deeper self-love. Losing a job might redirect you to a path your soul has been quietly longing for. Failure may uncover strengths hidden beneath your doubts. If you question this, reflect upon your past. How many times did life not follow your plans, only to guide you to something far more meaningful? How often did the detours reveal the most breathtaking views? Dharma teaches us to stop seeing difficulties as punishments and start seeing them as teachers. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" logically, ask, "What truth is this revealing within me?" Each of us is born with a Dharma, a path that only we can walk. Comparing it to another's journey only breeds confusion and sorrow. The rose cannot bloom like the lotus. The sun does not shine like the moon. You were never meant to walk another's path. Your journey unfolds in its own sacred rhythm. The mind longs for guarantees, but life offers something far greater: the freedom to grow beyond what you believed possible. When you trust the hidden order, when you release your grip upon control, you discover peace amidst chaos and clarity within uncertainty. Life is not something to command. It is something to live fully, moment by moment, with trust and openness. When you let go, you awaken to a freedom deeper than certainty, the freedom to flow with life and discover the silent wisdom that has always guided you home. Lesson 4. The River of Life. Finding freedom. Beyond control from childhood, we are taught that control is the secret to a good life. Work hard, plan well, make the right choices, and life will unfold just as you wish. We carry this belief into adulthood, clutching it tightly as we chase certainty, hoping it will guarantee happiness. But life, in its silent wisdom, shows us otherwise. Despite our detailed plans, disciplined efforts, and noble intentions, there come moments when everything dissolves in a breath. A relationship we thought would last forever ends. A job we depended on vanishes overnight. Dreams we built over years crumble in a single day. In these moments, fear rises like a tide. We whisper to ourselves, "Where did I go wrong? Why is life betraying me when I tried so hard to do everything right?" Buddhism offers a quiet insight. Control is an illusion. Life has never obeyed our scripts. It dances to its own rhythm, mysterious, unpredictable, and beyond our grasp. The mind longs for guarantees, but life offers none. It is this craving for certainty that weaves the threads of our deepest suffering. There is an old story of a king tormented by life's unpredictability. Seeking wisdom, he called his 3 greatest advisors. One said life was ruled by luck. Another said it was shaped by his past actions. But the third advisor only smiled. He took the king to a river and asked him to stop its flow with his hands. The king tried, cupping his palms against the current, but the water simply flowed around him, undisturbed. The advisor said softly, "Life is like this river. You cannot stop its flow. Your task is not to control it, but to learn how to move with it. We cling to how we believe life should be. I will only be happy if this goal is achieved, if this person stays forever, if nothing changes. But life does not bend to these demands, and the tighter we hold on, the deeper our pain when the winds of change inevitably arrive. Letting go of control is not giving up. It is not passivity or carelessness. In Buddhism, there is a teaching called Wu Wei, effortless action. It does not mean doing nothing. It means acting in harmony with life's natural flow, like a sailor adjusting sails to the direction of the wind, rather than fighting against it. Imagine yourself in a small boat upon a vast ocean. If you spend all your strength trying to command the waves, you will sink in exhaustion. But if you learn to move with the currents, to read the winds and adjust with grace, even the stormiest seas can be navigated with calm. Life is just the same. When we accept that the ocean cannot be controlled, we begin to find peace within its depths. There is a story of a monk who lived atop a quiet mountain. One day, a villager climbed up urgently to warn him, "A fierce storm is coming. You must leave before it's too late." The monk smiled and replied, "If the storm comes, I will welcome it." The villager was stunned. "But you could die," he exclaimed. The monk simply said, "If I die, I accept death. If I live, I accept life. Whatever comes, I will accept it." This is not resignation. It is wisdom. It is understanding that while we can act, plan, and choose, we cannot force life to bend to our will. We live with intention, but release attachment to outcomes. Reflect upon your own life. How many times has something that seemed like a disaster revealed itself as a hidden blessing? A lost job that led you to a path of meaning. A heartbreak that taught you to love yourself. A failure that uncovered your silent strengths. Uncertainty is not your enemy. It is life's way of keeping you open, humble, and aware of the infinite possibilities beyond your imagination. Peace does not arise from eliminating uncertainty. It arises from living gracefully within it. When you release your fear of the unknown, you awaken to a freedom deeper than certainty itself. Ask yourself today, how many times has the unexpected brought gifts you never could have planned? Do you truly need every answer right now? Or are you missing the beauty of this moment by worrying about a future that has yet to arrive? Life is not something to command. It is something to experience, breath by breath, choice by choice, in trust and openness. When you stop fighting the flow, a calmness and clarity arises within you, untouched by changing circumstances. Peace is not knowing what tomorrow holds. Peace is knowing that whatever tomorrow brings, you will meet it with a calm and awakened heart. Lesson 5. Awakening. Embracing life as your sacred path life can often feel like an unfinished puzzle. Some days unfold with ease, and the world feels gentle beneath your feet. But on other days, life turns heavy and confusing, leaving you wondering why pain arrives uninvited. Why do we lose what we love? Why do dreams crumble even after we've given our all? Why does suffering seem woven into every human life? Buddhism offers a quiet truth. Every experience in your life is part of your awakening. Enlightenment is not a distant treasure hidden in temples or mountaintops. It is not reserved for saints or sages alone. It is already within you, waiting patiently to be seen. But how do we awaken to it? Through life itself. Every joy, every sorrow, every confusion, and every loss is a silent teacher, guiding you home to yourself. The difficult moments are not obstacles on your path, they are the path. Think back for a moment. When did you grow the most as a human being? Were those days filled with ease, when the world bent to your will and your heart felt no ache? Or did you awaken during those tender, harsh seasons, when grief carved new rivers through your soul, when failures shattered illusions you held about yourself, when fear forced you to see the parts of you long hidden in shadow? We do not grow when comfort cradles us. Growth arrives when life stretches us beyond what we imagined possible. Just as the lotus must rise through thick mud to bloom upon the water's surface, we too must endure life's hidden pressures to discover our truest nature. There is an old Buddhist saying, "Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional." Pain comes with being alive, but suffering arises when we resist pain, demanding life unfold according to our desires. Awakening happens the moment we shift our question from "Why is this happening to me?" to "What is this trying to teach me?" In that instant, we stop being victims of circumstance and become students of life. We begin to see that each experience, no matter how painful, carries a lesson, a lantern lighting our way towards understanding. Imagine life as a vast river carrying you forward. The still waters soothe you, bringing moments of quiet joy. But it is the rapids, the sudden currents, the hidden rocks that teach you how to steer, how to trust, and how to surrender to the journey, even when you cannot see what lies beyond the next bend. In Buddhism, enlightenment is not a destination where all problems vanish. It is not a golden throne at the end of your struggles. Enlightenment is an inner seeing, an awakened clarity that blossoms within when we begin to live each moment with openness and acceptance. It is understanding that nothing is ever wasted. Every person you meet, every heartbreak you endure, every silent battle you fight is shaping you into the person you are meant to become. Even mistakes are sacred. They humble us, teach us compassion, and remind us that we are always learning. If life feels confusing or heavy today, remember this: you are not being punished. You are being shaped and refined. Like gold placed in the hottest fire, your soul is being purified to reveal its deepest shine. Ask yourself now, what is life teaching me through this challenge? How can I grow stronger, wiser, and more compassionate through this moment? What illusions is this experience asking me to release? When you begin to see life in this way, even the darkest days become meaningful. Awakening does not come from escaping challenges, but from walking through them with a heart wide open. There is a Zen saying, "Before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water." Life itself does not change after awakening. What changes is how you see it. Ordinary moments become sacred. Painful events become stepping stones. Unanswered questions become invitations to trust. So if life feels heavy upon your shoulders today, if you are facing confusion or pain you do not yet understand, trust that this too is part of your journey. Nothing is random. Nothing is wasted. Every moment is shaping you into your highest self. The version of you who sees life not as an enemy to conquer, but as a teacher to embrace. Awakening is not about becoming someone new. It is about remembering who you have always been beneath the layers of fear, doubt, and illusion. As you reach the end of this journey today, remember, life was never meant to be fully understood. It was meant to be lived, one breath at a time, with presence and trust. Every joy you feel, every sorrow you endure, every uncertainty you navigate is guiding you back to yourself. You do not need to control every detail to find peace. You do not need every answer to feel calm. All you need is the courage to trust that whatever life brings, it is shaping you into someone wiser, stronger, and more compassionate than before. So take a deep breath right now. Feel the silent rhythm of life flowing through you. Know this truth. You are exactly where you need to be. Nothing is missing in this moment. In conclusion, take a moment now. Close your eyes and feel the quiet rhythm of your breath. Let each inhale remind you that you are alive, and each exhale remind you that life is flowing exactly as it should. Today, you've walked through teachings that remind us nothing is random. Pain carries hidden wisdom. Chaos shapes us. Control is an illusion, and every moment is guiding us towards awakening. Remember, life is not your enemy. It is your greatest teacher, gently shaping you into the person you are meant to become. If these teachings touch something within you today, know that this journey doesn't end here. Each day offers a new lesson, a new doorway to peace.